हसरत है हमारी बाबा, कर दो वो पूरी आके। मिल जाओ प्यारे बाबा हम बच्चों से आके। मिल जाओ प्यारे बाबा हम बच्चों से आके।
बाप दादा को कोई बच्चे ने ये ओडिशा की रसम लिख के दी। ये वाह ये वाह ये वाह। बाप दादा पूछते हैं, वो तो देख लिया प्रकृति का खेल, लेकिन बाप दादा पूछते हैं कि आप लोगों ने सब खेल देखा प्रकृति का, या अपने मूर्ति कला के खेल में बिजी रहे कि सब समाचार सुनते रहे। समाचार तो सब सुनना भी पड़ता है, परंतु जितना समाचार सुनने में इंटरेस्ट रहता है, उतना अपनी बाजी और दिल कला की उसमें इतना इंटरेस्ट रहा। देखो बाप दादा की मदद से कई बच्चे गुप्त योगी है, ऐसे गुप्त योगी बच्चों को मदद भी बहुत मिली है। लेकिन जो बच्चे अपने श्रेष्ठ कार्य स्वयं भी अचल साखी रहे और वायुमंडल में भी ऐसे समय पर जैसे स्थूल सहयोग देने वाले, चाहे गवर्नमेंट चाहे आसपास के लोग सहयोग देने के लिए तैयार हो जाते, ब्रह्मात्माओं ने अपना सहयोग शक्ति शांति का सुख का जो ईश्वरीय कार्य है वो किया। जैसे वो गवर्नमेंट ने ये किया, फलाने देश ने ये किया, फौरन ने अनाउंसमेंट करने लग जाते हैं। तो बाप दादा पूछते हैं, आप ब्राह्मणों ने अपना कार्य किया, आपको भी अलर्ट होना चाहिए। स्थूल सहयोग देना ये भी आवश्यक होता है, इसमें बाप दादा मना नहीं करते। लेकिन जो ब्राह्मण आत्माओं का विशेष कार्य है, जो और कोई सहयोग नहीं दे सकता, ऐसा सहयोग अलर्ट होके आपने दिया, देना है ना कि नहीं। सब वस्त्र चाहिए उनको या अनाज चाहिए, लेकिन पहले तो मन में शांति चाहिए, शक्ति चाहिए सामना करने की। स्थूल के साथ सूक्ष्म सहयोग ब्रह्मा नहीं दे सकते और कोई नहीं दे सकता। ये तो कुछ भी नहीं है, ये तो रियल सन है। रियल तो आने वाला है, उसकी रियल सन आपको भी माफ समय कराना। जो शक्तियाँ, जो खजाने आपके पास है, उसको समय पर यूज करना आता है।
बड़ी मन भावनी मुरली प्रेम से प्राणों को सींचे, रसीली तान की ये डोर आपकी ओर ही खींचे, आपकी ओर ही खींचे, रूहानी स्नेह का जादू आपकी मीठी बातों में, रूहानी स्नेह का जादू आपकी मीठी बातों में।
Om Shanti. Become full of the treasure of happiness. Have the fortune of happiness and be happy and cheerful. Think about the jewels of knowledge. In order to keep both the mind and body constantly happy, think less. If you have to think about something, then think about the jewels of knowledge. If you think that you don't see anything in your part, that you're unable to have yoga, that you're not able to become bodiless, those are all waste thoughts. In contrast to those, have powerful thoughts. Remembrance is my original religion. I am an easy yogi of every cycle. Have these types of thoughts, and you will continue to fly in happiness. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vikti Parivar. Today's day 8. Become full of the treasure of happiness. Have the fortune of happiness and be happy and cheerful. Today's topic. Think about the jewels of knowledge. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. We are very fortunate that every morning our Father, Teacher Sadhguru speaks to us, teaches us, gives us jewels of knowledge. So during the day, we always think, what did Baba say in the morning? Because we want to create that stage We want to create powerful states so that whenever there is situation, very interesting what Baba is saying, that when there is a situation, I'm just thinking that do we do what he is saying? I remember when it was 9/11, then that morning I landed from Malaysia. I didn't know anything, but when I got in the car, then the brother who was couple, they came to receive me and they said, get in the car quickly. And then we started, and then of course radio was on and we were listening. And by that time that we didn't know that it was terrorist act, or only they said that a plane crash happened. And within few minutes then they say there is second crash happened, and there is possibility of terrorist act. And of course by the time we wanted to reach New York, all the bridges were closed, and so no way we could cross from New Jersey, because I landed at Newark Airport. Everything was closed. So we thought where to go. So brother had a friend in New Jersey. So he said either we go in a hotel or we call him. And when they called, because the woman at the home was generally she does babysitting, so because most of the sisters also work. So we called her. She said, come, you can stay with me until you could go. So we came, and of course, television was on loud all the time. Now this is happening, now this is happening, as Baba said. And the rescue teams are doing whatever they could, firefighters, but how they are getting burned and killed. And so, but then we have a brother, he shares his experience. He only had that, how can I help others? What can we come out of it? And just imagine that fire, iron is melting, things are falling. Even the elevator was kind of getting burned. But because of flying, what Baba was saying, flying stage is how can I help others, or let's go out. And, because of those kinds of thoughts, even if whatever is happening outside, like cries and shouting, but what is the experience when I'm in flying stage? So I was also thinking like some situations where our experiences of flying degrees, how do we not only survive or escape, but how do we, our intoxication of how we are able to help others. Like Baba said, that there is a war or famine or earthquake, then how different countries start sending. Some send grain, some send clothes, depends on what is needed. Lot of water is sent. But what we have to do, I remember at that time, I will divert my attention from watching television and told them, can I go in next room to rest little bit, because I had very, very long non-stop flight from Malaysia. They say yes, because I wanted to be introvert, wanted to do Mansa Seva. It's like how to protect, send vibrations. So we have to see at that time, by listening, are we in our flying stage or not? And are we doing what we are supposed to do? Even materially, whatever maximum you could do is offer water and all that, whatever support is needed, but it is more internal. So just start thinking about, when did you experiment what you did, what Baba is saying, when there are any kind of calamities. So it's very, very interesting. And today Baba is giving another method where your mind and body can be very happy, is to think of jewels of knowledge. So in the morning after Murli, take 2-3 points which you think will help you to churn, help you to have intoxication, help you, just have few points. And during day, revise them. Think about those points. Because if you just leave Murli like so many points, but what was today's main point, whether for yoga, for dharana, and during day, make that as your thinking. Baba says, in order to keep both the body and the mind constantly happy, think less. If you have to think about something, then think about the jewels of knowledge. If you think that you don't see anything in your part, that you are unable to have yoga, that you are not able to become bodiless, Baba say these are also waste thoughts. Those are also waste thoughts. Baba says to be constant to those have powerful, contrast to those who have powerful thoughts. Remembrance is my original religion. I am an easy yogi of every cycle. Instead of thinking I'm not having yoga, I have these types of thoughts, and you will continue to fly in happiness. So tomorrow try experiment with few, whether it's a little situation or big, but just see, are you able to be in the flying thoughts? And when there are flying thoughts, then what was your experience? What did you feel? What did you attain? So I think that it's really something which we have to experiment and then see what happened and what are our experiences. Very interesting how Baba explains and asks us to use it. And that attainment will always remind us that what I'm supposed to do. Okay, so it's very, very beautiful. Baba helping us to have that stage. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, Sister Mohini.
Om Shanti.
In the point that we're going to be practicing tomorrow, Baba says to think less. Daddy Janki used to say, don't think.
Mhm.
So what's the difference between don't think and think less? Because don't think is stop. Don't engage in, anything to do with whatever is happening. Think less is perhaps think to the extent that requires your engagement. So what's the difference between the two?
When we want to stop car, sometimes it goes little further, right? But generally they say stop is stop, but still it moves little bit. It doesn't happen. So think less is that maybe a situation needs to be resolved, or it needs to be considered. Something has to be considered. So you think, but not get caught up into lot of thoughts. So I think we have experience, and we should that if there is something you need to think, but not think too much. There are many things we have to think. We cannot leave it. Right? So think it, but not too much. Right? That's what I understand.
And don't think would be to not engage the mind and intellect in the situation and circumstances, like you didn't want to look at the TV on 9/11 because it was the same thing repeated over and over and over again. And so you wanted to be introverted. So that meant you didn't want to think about what was happening in New York because you wanted to transcend that into that flying stage so that you can offer something to the atmosphere, to the souls. Is that what you did on that day when you didn't want to look at the TV?
Yeah, I just, Baba always say, give light, might, and be lighthouse. But then also, I think, I don't know who called me and said, one of our brother is also there. He's also caught up. So I start giving some light, might to the soul and all the souls who are suffering, So stop thinking about situation. But if we have to think about how to help the souls. As Baba said, peace, happiness, power, whatever they need. Because so many souls, when they leave body, they are wandering. So when we create these vibrations, they experience it. They have experienced some kind of, satisfaction or some direction, or they're not wandering. Their minds are not suffering, less suffering.
That's an interesting point you've raised here. So when there is a calamity, whether it's natural or whether it is man-made, and we want to serve at that time, the quality of our thinking should be such that I'm not thinking on my own, but I'm thinking in a different way. I want to say I'm thinking with Baba as my companion. In other words, I am going to Baba so that he becomes the shield. So I don't, through my thinking or through using my mind, start picking up the vibrations of the souls leaving the body, whom I want to serve and give peace and happiness to, or some sort of stability, some sort of power for them to face the situation. As Baba said in Sundays, Murli, one is giving them food and one is giving them clothes, but the other is giving them the power to face the situation. So if they are wandering souls, these souls who have just left the body because of a bomb, who just left the body because of a plane crashing in a building, and many of them are leaving the bodies, the quality of my thinking will determine whether those souls come toward me and start depending on me and maybe start pulling me toward them for more of that. But if I transcend and I go to Baba and I use Baba as a shield and I become the instrument, then all of those subtle vibrations I'll be protected from, because the power of thought works both ways. The power of thought gives to others the strength that they need, but the power of thought can consume from others what is going on in them as well. And that could then infiltrate my soul and come into me that I would later on have to deal with. So this thing of thinking less, how does it work with thinking less and the power of thought?
I think like that is why when we are serving, always serve as remembrance of Baba, as an instrument of Baba. Baba is the one who is doing it. Never think, I am giving light and might. No, I remember Baba, and that soul receives light and might from Baba. One time Dadi Janki had cautioned us that never try to serve any particular soul, in the sense of remember Baba and let's that soul be served. Otherwise, it's also some kind of karmic accounts we creating. It might be good karmic account, but then this whole topic of akarmi is that going through Baba. Whatever we have to give, we say, Baba will give, Baba will do it. So that doesn't create any kind of good karmic bondage or negative karmic bondage. But also, I don't know if you heard that once Baba had said that give vibrations to the soul. And this soul was doing it, and she started finding them coming towards her. And so we have to be very careful that we are asking them, taking them to Baba. So be in remembrance of Baba, whatever you have to do. Not think I am now rescuing someone, I am sustaining someone. No, let Baba do it and we remember Baba. So remembrance of Baba, Baba as my companion is very important at that time.
Mm. And so when I'm serving with the mind and I'm connecting to Baba, and Baba is using me as an instrument to serve others, do I also have to be careful that I don't come out of Baba's remembrance with a desire for an outcome in the service that I'm doing? Because I could sometimes think that I am Baba's instrument and I'm serving with thoughts
Mhm.
and I'm thinking less, but then there could be a little bit of a desire that I want from that. So the thinking less would be, this is what I want out of this, Baba. And so I'm remembering you so that this could happen. So how does that desire interfere, and how does it create problems for us, even though we're telling ourselves we are remembering Baba, but the desire is still there for an outcome?
I feel that our desire is what Baba wants for the souls, right? Like Baba wants peace, Baba wants liberation, Baba wants them to return home. So the result is not something my personal desire. It could be maybe if there is a relationship or some kind of attachment, but generally whatever are my desires are what Baba wants, right? What Baba wants them to go closer to Baba, become like Baba.
I was asking Sister Mohini that question because Baba was saying that we have to become ignorant of the word desire. And yet the reason that we think a lot, even while doing Mansa Seva or sending Sakash, it's because we do have subtle desires. And the subtle desires that we have could create a lot of thought, a lot of thinking, and we could then get deceived by our own thinking, by thinking that it's Baba touching me or Baba signaling me, but it's just my own desires of this is what I want. And I try to project those thoughts with those desires on others to do what I want them to do. But that wouldn't work because it's operated with desires. So I was just explaining what I was saying, because sometimes this morning I would say, this is what I want this person to do. And then I would project on that person the thought, this is what I want you to do, but they won't do it because it's my desire.
Yeah. So that is what I'm saying, that our thoughts and desires should be what Baba wants, right?
Mm. And so
And
how
it's,
do I go on?
it's happening more and more that I don't want, Baba wants, right?
Mm.
Yeah, say it, what you're saying.
No, I was going to say, how do I know what Baba wants? Because you had also said something that when Baba uses you as an instrument and you're not aware he's using you as an instrument, that's the highest form of service. That's unlimited service, you said. So in this thinking less, is it also Baba is using me as an instrument, but I'm not aware he's using me as an instrument. And so he's using me to accomplish or to give the attainment to the souls without me being aware what those attainments are.
Yeah. Because it depends if the soul has bhavna in any one of us. So Baba uses us, in the sense of fulfilling that bhavna. But Baba is doing it and that soul is receiving. So I'm not in between, nor it is my desire, or nor I'm getting any reward of that.
And if I let my desires get in the way of Baba serving through me, is that when I will have these disheartened thoughts that he talked about? Maybe it's not in my part.
Mhm.
I'm not able to be bodiless. I'm not able to have yoga. What would cause us to think of ourselves like that?
Because when we don't do it, then these thoughts come. So instead of having all these thoughts, we should prepare or do it, make it happen. Or also say yes. But you can't just kind of say, oh, I am becoming bodiless if you are not practicing, or if you're not even giving time for yoga, or during day pay attention. You can't just say I'm a yogi. So because we don't do, then the thoughts of disappointment and ordinary thoughts start coming. They are true in a way, but Baba is saying it's no use to think like that. Think positive and do it. We have to pay attention to at least a few times what is bodiless states. It won't suddenly happen that I have bodiless state if I am not practicing, right? And sometimes we are karma yogis and everything. Time passes all day very quickly. So that's why I said do it during traffic control time at least. Because traffic time is also every hour. So, and when you sit sometimes, it won't be 3 minutes. If you really could be 5 minutes, 15 minutes, keep increasing if you are not too busy.
So if I practice more these things, if I practice saying that my part at the confluence age is the part to be combined with Baba and to serve as a companion of Baba, if I practice that and not just think about it, not just think about I have to do this, but just do it, just practice it. If I practice the bodiless stage and not think too much about it, if I practice being in remembrance of Baba, having this yoga of Baba, then I will find myself thinking less about it and being more of it.
Yeah, right. You won't get those thoughts, but you will say, oh, maybe I should just increase my yoga. My part is there, let me play my elevated part, like you will think elevated.
You may not even think, Sister Moon, you may just be it, because as soon as you think, it just brings you down a little bit. But if you're in, it's like, I love you. But the moment I start thinking, why do I love this person? Or why do I love Sister Mohini? Or why do I love Baba? It means the thinking brings down that experience, because now I'm finding a reason to love that person. And I'm trying to justify why I love. I'm trying to, I don't know, I think it's some form of removing myself from being in love to start thinking about the love. And it does reduce the experience, doesn't it? The elevatedness of the experience.
Yeah, so be that and feel that, not think about that. Yeah.
Right.
But
So this whole thing.
you might not even think, as you're saying.
Right. So you're just being like, when I'm in front of Bap Dada, I don't think anything. I just feel him. I feel the words. I feel the presence. I feel everything. And then afterwards, when you get the words on a piece of paper, this is what Baba said to you, then you start thinking, oh, what did he mean? Why did he say this? What is this I have to do? So I'm feeling that tomorrow's practice is just to be in the experience and think less about the experience as you're in it when we're doing our traffic control.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. One final thing I want to share with you is yesterday we met with the ambassador of India who is going back to India on the 1st of June at the meditation center, and she was asking a lot of beautiful, beautiful questions. And Denise was also there, and she was remembering you. And then I was answering the questions, and then at one point Denise says, and we also have to talk about the source. We also have to talk about Baba, because without Baba, we won't be able to do anything. Sometimes we work a lot with ourselves, but without God, without Baba, we won't be able to accomplish anything. And I remember looking at her saying, oh my gosh, I don't think she's ever done the course, but just being in the company of us, she grasped that one thing, and she was able to say it with such confidence. And I'm saying that we think so much how these souls will accept Baba, and you don't have to think about it anymore, because when they do, they don't hesitate to talk about Baba, and they talk about Baba with such confidence. So I wanted to share that, because I feel is that sometimes we think too much that people won't accept Baba, when in the final analysis, we shouldn't think about it. We should just give them his introduction and let them do whatever they want with it.
That's what I noticed. We also had a guest, and he keeps saying, Baba, Baba will do, it's Baba's work. And I said that even he's not a student, I don't know if he has taken course, but he has kind of his Baba's task. We are Baba's children. Baba creates fortune. So I find what you're saying is true, that people do take from us that they have a source, and that's Baba, and they hold on to that source. We might think about other points. Right?
Okay, thank you, Sister Mohini.
Okay, thank you.
संगम युग का वर्षा यही है, शिव से मिलन मनाना। समय श्वास संकल्प सभी सेवा में लगाना। पवित्रता बरसाए जग में, पवित्रता बरसाए जग में, फरिश्ता झलक तुम्हारी, फरिश्ता झलक तुम्हारी। शिव पिता ने दी है तुमको, शिव पिता ने दी है तुमको श्रीमत कितनी प्यारी, श्रीमत कितनी प्यारी। मीठे बच्चों, प्यारे बच्चों।
राजा के घर रानी वही बैठी, राजा को रानी होकर मोहित कर रही है। और पंडों को आप देखेंगे हरिद्वार में, वो पानी में डुबकी लगाएगा, गंगा मैया की जय बोल के पैसे डालेगा, और पंडा जो होगा इसी ताक में रहेगा, ये पैसा हाथ से छोड़े और मैं पकड़ूं। तो पंडा के घर पानी, संतो माया माँ ठगनी मैं जानी। तो वो ये कहते हैं कि ये ऐसी मिस्टीरियस फोर्स है जो हर एक को भ्रमित कर रही है। तो परमात्मा ने ही अपने उस माया, जो उसकी अपनी एक इनहेरेंट, जो उसकी अपनी एक शक्ति है, आद्या शक्ति कोई कहता है, कोई कहता है उसका अपना जो एक फोर्स है, उसकी पावर है, उसके अंतर्गत वो स्वयं ही उसने ये नाना रूप धारण कर रखे। देख लीजिए, ये प्रकृति ने जैसे किया हुआ है ऐसे ही परमात्मा ने किया हुआ है। ये मिसाल वो देते हैं, तो हम उनको स्पष्ट करके बताते हैं कि ये कहाँ की मिसाल कहाँ जाके जोड़ी। जैसे मिसाल देते हैं ना, भाई किसी ने किसान को देखा लाल लाल था और वो रोटी खा रहा था मिर्च से, बोलता है ये इसलिए लाल लाल है कि लाल लाल मिर्च खा रहा है, समझा। जिसका कोई मेल नहीं, ये नहीं देखा कि खुली हवा में रहता है, कि छाछ पीता है, कि मक्खन खाता है, कि निश्चिंत रहता है, कि व्यायाम करता है, ये कोई भी बात ना देख के लाल लाल है क्योंकि लाल मिर्च खाता है। ऐसा ही काम आपने कर दिया, वो गलत मिसाल दे के बात को स्पष्ट करने की कोशिश की। तो हमने उसमें ये बताया है कि परमात्मा के ये जो आप कहते हैं कि भाई पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव, एटम में भी तो पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव है ना, दोनों। परमात्मा में भी दोनों क्वालिटीज हैं, पॉजिटिव भी नेगेटिव भी है। वो ज्ञान स्वरूप, लेकिन वो नेगेटिव अपने आप को ज्ञान छोड़ के माया के अधीन होके मनुष्य भी बन जाता है, जीव भी बन जाता है, वो ऐसा कहते हैं। तो हम उनको ये कहते हैं कि पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव का अच्छा आपने मिट्टी उड़ाई, किल्ली उड़ाई, ये मतलब थोड़ी है पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव का। तो वो सप्लीमेंट्री कंप्लीमेंट्री कैसे हैं, वो हमने उसके दृष्टांत दिए हैं कि जैसे परमात्मा लवफुल है, लवफुल है या कंपैशनेट है, जिसको कहा जाता है कृपा का सागर है, दया का सागर है, दयालु है, करुणामय है, लेकिन वो लवफुल के साथ साथ लॉफुल भी है। ये उसके कहने के हमारे भाव हैं। ऐसा नहीं कि ऐसी लव करता है कि भाई जिसने चोरी की या मक्कारी की उसको कहा कोई बात नहीं मुआफ, हाँ कत्ल किया चल तुझे भी मुआफ। जैसे वो स्वामी दयानंद को किसी ने वो विष खिलाई थी, उसने कहा तू कश्मीर भाग जा, पैसे भी उसको साथ दे दिए थे कि तू भाग जा कश्मीर। जैसे उसको और चोरी सिखाई थी कि अपने पैसे भी कुपात्र को दे दिए। एक तरफ तो कहा कि दान दिया करो और आर्य समाज उसकी बड़ी महिमा करते हैं, लेकिन वो करुणामय भी कैसे है और साथ साथ उसके वो ला भी कैसे अपनाता है, या उसके सर्वशक्तिमान भी है। लेकिन सर्वशक्तिमान ऐसा नहीं है कि मतलब उसका कि सृष्टि के नियमों को भी तोड़ देता है। अग्नि का काम जलाना है और वो अग्नि बुझा रही हो, क्यों? क्योंकि परमात्मा सर्वशक्तिमान है, उसने अग्नि को बुझाने का काम दे दिया, जल को जलाने का काम दे दिया। इस किस्म को सर्वशक्तिमान नहीं कहते। तो वो सारी बातें उसकी स्पष्ट की हुई है।
Om Shanti Vyakti Parivar. So tomorrow is Thursday and our schedule from Amritvela 3:30 a.m. to 4:45 a.m. In the evening 5 to 6 English Sakar Murli. Together with that, in regard to Vyakti Children Murli class 6 o'clock, but he will stand. Followed by Hindi series, Bhog offering. Anybody who would like to offer Bhog, they can send the request to our Vyakti Parivar number 516-717-9171. Then English series and Vyakti journey. Welcome to Vyakti journey. Avik Murlis from 1969. Multi-million-fold fortune and blessings.
Om Shanti. This is the Avyakt Murli of the 8th of May, 1973. Supreme self-respect. At every moment, check how many treasures you have received from the Father. Do you know how many treasures you are the masters of? Countless. However, you can speak of some of the main ones. How many main treasures are there at this confluence age? How many treasures have you received? The greatest treasure is that you have found the Father. This is the number one treasure, is it not? When someone receives the key, it is as though he has found everything. Having found the Father, you have found everything. What else have you found? You also speak of this. You have received the knowledge and also the 8 powers. If you speak of each power individually, then each power is a treasure. In the same way, the virtues of the Father that you speak of can also be described as a treasure. In the same way, every second of the invaluable period of the confluence age is a treasure. Just as you receive attainment from the treasures, in the same way, you can have an elevated attainment from every second of the confluence age. So, this time of the confluence, that is, every second of the confluence age, is a treasure greater than multi-millions. If you were to accumulate multi-millions on the one side, and on the other side, you kept 1 second of the confluence age, then the second of the confluence age would be more elevated because the attainment for all time is available in this 1 second. You can tell everyone that they can claim the inheritance of Mukti and Jivan Mukti in 1 second. Therefore, even 1 second is so valuable. The time of the confluence age is also a huge treasure. So, check to what extent have you been able to imbibe within yourself all these treasures? Or is it that you have imbibed some treasures and not other treasures? You're not missing out slightly on any of the treasures, are you? You cannot be deprived. But if you only attain a little, then too, you become part of the moon dynasty. You cannot then be part of the sun dynasty. To be in the sun dynasty means to be complete. If you're not complete in any aspect, then you're not part of the sun dynasty. If the soul is not complete, it cannot be called part of the sun dynasty. So keep all the treasures in front of yourself and check where you have reached. How far have you reached? It should not be that you become happy with only a little. Acha, we will continue tomorrow. Om Shanti.
Become full of the treasure of happiness. Have the fortune of happiness and be happy and cheerful. Think about the jewels of knowledge. In order to keep both the body and mind constantly happy, think less. If you have to think about something, then think about the jewels of knowledge. If you think that you don't see anything in your part, that you're unable to have yoga, that you're not able to become bodiless, those are also waste thoughts. In contrast to those, have powerful thoughts. Remembrance is my original religion. I am an easy yogi of every cycle. Have these type of thoughts and you will continue to fly in happiness.
खुशी के खजाने से संपन्न, खुश नसीब खुशनुमा बनो। ज्ञान रत्नों को सोचो। तन और मन दोनों को सदा खुश रखने के लिए सोचो कम। अगर सोचना ही है तो ज्ञान रत्नों को सोचो। अगर यह भी सोचते हो कि मेरा पाठ तो इतना दिखाई नहीं देता, योग लगता नहीं, अशरीरी होते नहीं, यह भी व्यर्थ संकल्प है। उसकी भेंट में समर्थ संकल्प करो। याद तो मेरा स्वधर्म है, मैं ही कल्प कल्प का सहज योगी हूँ। इस प्रकार के संकल्प करो तो खुशी में उड़ते रहेंगे। ओम शांति।
ज्ञान के चंदन से महके जीवन फुलवारी है। ज्ञान के चंदन से महके जीवन फुलवारी है। आपकी शिक्षाएं बाबा हमको लगती प्यारी है, लगती प्यारी है। ज्ञान के चंदन से महकी जीवन फुलवारी है। ज्ञान के चंदन से महकी जीवन फुलवारी है। खुशबू मन को सुख शांति से भरती है। मीठी मुरली की धुन मेरा मन आनंदित करती है। पावनता की खुशबू मन को सुख शांति से भरती है। ज्ञान सूर्य की किरणों से हुई बगिया उजियारी है, बगिया उजियारी है। ज्ञान के चंदन से महकी जीवन फुलवारी है। ज्ञान के चंदन से महकी जीवन फुलवारी है। पुलकित हो गया दिल आपसे जब हम मिले। शीतल शीतल नयन हो गए शांति के तब फूल खिले। पुलकित पुलकित हो गया दिल आपसे जब हम मिले। शीतल शीतल नयन हो गए शांति के तब फूल खिले। गुण शक्ति की बेल लताएं प्यार से सींची क्यारी है। प्यार से सींची क्यारी है। ज्ञान के चंदन से महकी जीवन फुलवारी है। ज्ञान के चंदन से महकी जीवन फुलवारी है।
Om Shanti. Om Shanti.